in rugged mountains, across sweeping plains and wetlands, in thick forests. India's magnificent wildlife lives free. Without them, our world will be a lesser place. Now, our actions are taking their homes, threatening their future. They are our hope, and we are theirs. In the mountains of India's isolated northern border, a predator is on the loose. His presence brings restlessness, fear.
पूरा खाली कर दिया। सारा बेड बगे 8 थे, सारा मारा के ऐसा करके बचे के तार सुला हुआ थी।
यहाँ का जो जानवर है हम लोग टोटल उसी के ऊपर डिपेंड रहते हैं। स्नो लेपर्ड ने एक चीज को भी मार दिया तो पूरा ये संतुलन बिगड़ जाता है।
Snow leopards are the apex predator of the Himalaya. Without the snow leopard, the Himalaya will lose its soul.
Hostile terrain, sub-zero temperatures. The unforgiving mountains that separate India and Tibet are starved of oxygen. They do not welcome strangers. Creatures that call this place home are perfectly adapted to the extreme environment. The red fox, the ibex, and the blue sheep. The favorite prey of a stealthy predator, the highly endangered snow leopard. To catch a glimpse is rare. The snow leopard is built to disappear into the landscape. Built to kill. Equally well camouflaged, nestled in the snow-locked Trans-Himalaya, lies Kibber village. The people of Kibber are self-sufficient and comfortable, over 4,000 meters above sea level, where thick stone houses insulate them from hostile winters. This is the story of their relationship with the snow leopard. Snow makes the village inaccessible for many months. Cut off from the outside world, life slows down. The people of Kibber are resilient, but also vulnerable. Plenty of fuel and food has been stockpiled to survive the isolation. Herding is their livelihood. Domestic animals are kept close and well fed on the summer's harvest. But just beyond the peaceful village, danger stalks. Safety cannot be guaranteed in the realm of the snow leopard. Every animal the snow leopard kills is a major loss for the people of Kibber. But the snow leopard must also eat. This is its home too. Spring melts snow and ice. The valley is no longer cut off. Spiti's desolate landscape will soon transform. The change of season brings a man dedicated to saving the leopard. A wildlife biologist with the Nature Conservation Foundation. Kulbhushansingh Suryawanshi.
Wandering in the Himalaya was always a childhood dream for me. I came to Spiti because this is where all of it came together. The adventure, the mountains, the sense of solitude, the sense of being one with the mountain ecosystem. When it was time to choose a study subject, snow leopards were the obvious choice because they represented everything that the Himalaya meant to me.
The snow leopard survives in an area of 2 million square kilometers across 12 countries in the mountains of the Himalaya and Central Asia. In India alone, snow leopards occur in 5 states. This big cat is a little smaller than other leopards, and it has a more luxuriant coat. Other features that set it apart are short, rounded ears and large nasal cavities that warm the air when it breathes. Long, dense fur insulates its body in -40 degrees centigrade winters. The snow leopard's tail is almost as long as its body, so it can be wrapped around the animal like a muffler for warmth. Thick paw pads help the snow leopard traverse rocky terrain with ease. It is a leopard of few words because it cannot roar. The melting snow is welcomed by the people of Kibba village. 6 months of isolation have come to an end. Time to prepare fields to sow barley and peas. Agriculture is one of the main occupations here, mostly the domain of women. But domestic animals are the main source of income, and in the warmer months, it is the men who care for them. After a long winter confined to the village, cows, yaks, sheep, goats and donkeys are herded into the surrounding hills to graze on fresh grasses. A routine that happens every day. The livestock is vulnerable in the mountain pastures. The snow leopard must kill every 8 days. All it takes is for one of the herd to wander off. The snow leopard is always watching, ready to take advantage. For that reason, there are men dedicated to protecting the livestock. A serious responsibility that demands constant surveillance. Today, Thinlay Shering is in charge. For generations, the men of his family have carried out this duty.
यहाँ पे जानवर का काफ़ी महत्व है। एक जानवर चले जाए तो बहुत बड़ा नुकसान मानते हैं हम लोग ना, तो इसलिए हमारे लोग स्नो लेपर्ड को बहुत बुरी नज़र से देखते हैं।
When Thinlay was a young man, Kibba village was losing so many animals that the people were ready to take desperate measures. This was also the time when scientists first came in search of the snow leopard.
25 years ago, when we first started working in this landscape, people resented the snow leopard. They would actively kill them if they could.
The researchers were in Spiti Valley to find an endangered animal. Instead, they found devout Buddhists who had to break the sacred tenet of their religion. They were forced to take life.
मेरे को एक किस्सा याद है। 1994 में स्नो लेपर्ड जब किसी के घर में घुसा था ना, तो स्नो लेपर्ड को पकड़ के सबने मारा है। तो मरने के बाद भी ना कोई लोग बोल रहे हैं कि मेरा गधा खा गया, मेरा घोड़ा दो खा गया बोल के फिर भी मार रहे हैं।
25 years ago, the snow leopard was eating the livestock of Kibba village, ignoring its natural prey, the blue sheep. But why? It soon became apparent that blue sheep numbers were not as many as scientists predicted. With its natural prey unavailable, the snow leopard was relying on domestic livestock. The blue sheep's specific diet was key to understanding the problem. Blue sheep eat grasses and herbs. These plants, once plentiful in the valleys and hillsides, were disappearing because domestic animals were eating them. To measure the effects of grazing, the scientists fenced off small patches of land to keep the animals out. The evidence showed that growing domestic herds were eating blue sheep food, competing with them and winning. And it had reached a tipping point. The blue sheep had been driven off their own land. And the livestock had an added advantage. They were also being fed in the village. The situation was difficult for the herder, as well as the snow leopards. The leopards did not have enough wild prey, and the herders could not afford the leopards killing their stock. When Spiti Valley was visited by scientists during their first surveys of snow leopards, they consulted with the people of Kibba village. Dr. Charudat Mishra was among the researchers. He witnessed the devastating effects of the snow leopard's predation on livestock, brought about by the drop in blue sheep numbers. Fearing that the villagers would wipe out the snow leopard, Mishra came up with a solution designed to help both the people and the leopard. It was a livestock insurance scheme whereby villagers contributed money, which was then matched by the Nature Conservation Foundation. It still operates. Every person who loses an animal to a snow leopard gets compensated at full market price out of this fund. The herders also put aside areas where blue sheep could graze and livestock was banned. Within a decade, the blue sheep population went up 6-fold around the village. Seeing the success in Kibba, other villages in the Spiti Valley joined the scheme. But how did this affect the snow leopards? Did their numbers increase with the rise of their natural prey? Today, scientist Kulbhushansingh Suryawanshi and local herder and conservationist Thinlay hope to find out. They quickly discover evidence of activity in a typical snow leopard shelter.
देखिए ऐसे मार्किंग है और पहले भी इसमें वो करते हुए आए थे ना, मार्किंग करते हुए आए थे। ये वाले देखिए
Snow leopards love these rocky overhangs for marking. A snow leopard has sprayed here and rubbed its chin. You can see the hair. This is an ideal snow leopard habitat. There's a deep ravine with rocky sides. This is a good shelter for a snow leopard to be here during the day. And this is along typical animal and snow leopard movement path. They typically come from the ravine up along the rocky ledges and pass through here all the time. That's why we camera trap this location to get an estimate of snow leopards in this region.
2.326
Okay.
078.002 जी।
Over a 24-hour period, 2 snow leopards appear at the shelter. Camera traps set up throughout the Spiti Valley show evidence of a growing population. Good for the snow leopards, bad for the blue sheep. In the craggy slopes that rise above Spiti Valley, life is beginning to return to normal. Once more, territory is at a premium. Males mark their vast terrain to warn other males away. Mating begins in the dead of winter. Only at this time will males and females keep company. With a healthy blue sheep population, expectant mothers have plenty of food to keep them healthy before their cubs are born in summer. It's September in the Spiti Valley. The snow leopard population continues to grow. A mother guides her 3-month-old cubs across the dangerous cliffs. A scene that reminds Kulbhushan of his first snow leopard encounter.
I saw my very first snow leopard just across this gorge on the other side. It was a mother and a cub. That was the day snow leopard research and conservation became real for me. The very place where I stood watching the snow leopard is today a popular off-roading destination. Off-roading is destroying the very pastures on which blue sheep, the primary prey of the snow leopard, depend upon.
The sounds of development echo through snow leopard habitat. Mountainsides are being destroyed to build large roads. Rivers diverted for hydroelectric power projects. Tourism has increased, and wherever humans go, their waste follows. Kibber is also changing, but perhaps for the better. Tourists come to experience village life and to witness the beauty of the Spiti Valley. Homestays are generating income for the locals. Even Thinley and his family have opened their doors. But winter brings the return of an old foe. The snow leopards are preying on the livestock of Kibber village yet again. Despite the fact that their natural prey, the blue sheep, is available. Naturally, the villagers are concerned.
पहले तो स्नो लेपर्ड बहुत दूर दूर से आदमी को देख के डर के चले जाते ना, आजकल तो बड़ी आराम से गांव के बीच में से जा रही थी.
It is widely perceived, and we assume too, that with increase in wild prey numbers, snow leopards would kill fewer livestock. But even though each snow leopard was killing fewer livestock, together as a population, they were killing as much or even more livestock than before.
The villagers turn to Kulbhushan to help protect their animals. Thinley and he begin work on reinforcing the livestock holding structures. They'd be ready by the coming winter. The livestock would be safe.
You know it.
25 years ago, Kulbhushan's colleagues started a scheme to ensure villagers would not suffer from livestock loss. It worked. Today, the people of Kibber know that it's possible to share Spiti with the snow leopard without fear of losing their livelihoods.
What gives me greatest hope for the snow leopard in the 21st century is how the people have accepted snow leopards as part of their lives in these mountains.
And nothing could give more hope than the story of Rancho, the snow leopard. He used to kill the livestock of Kibber village. But when Rancho grew old and slow, the villagers chose not to harm him. After he died, they offered their respect and prayers. Now a new generation of Kibber villagers are being inspired by the nature around them. Nature camps, run by Kulbhushansingh Suryawanshi and his team, bring young people together to appreciate even the smallest of things. And to connect with the wild animals of Spiti in their own special way. Kulbhushan now works across the Himalaya and Central Asia, inspiring the people of the mountains to embrace nature and save the snow leopard.